Hello everybody, John here, and today onto the garage I'm doing a quick review on the Artilink 600 OBDII scanner, a serious upgrade from my very cheap and cheerful OBDII scanner I've been showing you before. Hi everyone, as many of you all know, I've for many years had this very cheap and cheerful OBDII scanner, which literally just reads the generic codes from your OBDII socket, and you look up the numbers in a book, and a good number of them are in there. It's as simple as that. Recently I started looking for something new for me as a bit of a toy and a bit of a present to myself, if you like. And I'll be honest, I was looking at some pretty expensive stuff because I have been a very good boy. And whilst doing that, I was looking at some of the products made by this company, Topdon. And just as part of that, coincidental or not, I don't know, Topdon reached out to me and said, John, would you like to test one of our Artilink 600s? Now, this is a lot further down the range than some of the stuff I'd been looking at on their website. But they said, if you'd like to check it out and share it on your channel, we'll send you this for free. So it'd be rude not to. Now, again, full disclosure, anybody who watches my channel regularly will know I spend a lot of time saying this is my hobby, not my job. I don't do Patreon, nobody pays me to do this stuff. I am not sponsored by anybody, blah, 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 blah. So when the lady from Topdon asked me if I was going to do this for them, I did explain, yes, I'd be delighted to, but you know I will say what I'm thinking, and that's it. You know, I'm not going to big this up because it's free. And I said, that's fine. So that was the first real positive point. So I'm going to check this out over the next few months, use it to do a few jobs and repairs, and see how I get on. There's loads of blurb on the box, but to be fair, I mean, you can read this online. Things you need to know. If you went on Amazon today, then this would cost you about £113 in the UK. So it's a big leap up from my real cheap and cheerful, but as these things go, is not an expensive machine. Let's have a look what you get. I have been in here. This is not an unboxing. I'm not going to go, oh, look, because that would be very untrue. You do get some instructions. They are basic but complete. They tell you everything that you need to know, and they are nice and clear and simple. And that booklet is all in English as well, which is a big bonus to us in the UK. And there is also this sort of multilingual guide to registering and upgrading. Now, I'm going to go straight in with my first negative about this, and that is that although this has got an SD card that can be removed, and you can use it to update and upgrade the software in it and put in new features and more data about more cars, it only works on PC Windows based machines. Now, I'm a little odd, I guess, in that I literally don't have a PC in the house, and I don't know many people who have got them. So I'm very much a Mac or Apple person, and it won't talk to that. I will find a way of getting it upgraded. However, I've got to follow that up with a major positive, and that is this thing has lifetime free updates, which is not common with good OBDII devices. very often you have to pay some sort of fee, monthly subscription, yearly subscription, that sort of thing, or a one-off to download the data for, you've got a Jaguar, great, you're doing some great work on it, then you go and get a Honda, so you have to buy the data for that. This, it's preloaded, and so actually I don't need to update it. If I've got a PC, I can update this as often as I like. So top marks there. Next thing is physically a lot larger than you'd imagine, considering it's one of the sort of DIY devices. But this rubberized feeling case is really nice. It's actually gonna enable you to hold onto the thing when you're mauled up with grease. I imagine you'd be able to drop this a fair number of times before you did any damage. And the buttons are made of rubber rather than plastic. So although the icons may rub off eventually, don't get brake fluid on your fingers and then maul things that are printed. It takes the print off. This, I feel, will last a good time. There's a port on the side with, again, a rubber cover, a hatch, keep it dry and clean. And that contains your SD card, which is how you get data in and data out of it. And there is also a USB port, and I have the cable come with it as well, so you don't even have to find one of those. Next thing of note, and a huge positive in my opinion, is this thing has got no batteries. So it's dead, but when I plug it into the car, it will work. So it's always going to work at the times you need it. It's never going to have a dead battery. So I think that is brilliant. Top end, we've got a parallel port. It's well below the surface, so that's good because that's not going to get knocked around, but there's no cover for it. For me, that's not going to be an issue because I'll tell you now, it won't be going back in its box. I'm not that person. It will be going in my drawer or my tool bag, and the connector that goes in it, for me, can stop in it. So that gets rid of that concern. And this actually feels decent quality. We've got about 1 meter of cable, which means it's perfectly adequate for doing any job whilst you're sat in the car, no matter where the connector is. Any review you'll see of the Topdon stuff will show you this feature because it's cool as, and that is when you're trying to find the OBDII connector, and they're typically above the knees or shins in your car, so you're looking under, it's generally dark, it can be hard to find them. This thing has a torch that's built in to the cable. That is a really, really cool feature. Simplicity itself, it makes you wonder why everybody doesn't do something like that. But yeah, it's literally got a little LED light embedded in between the connectors. Well, we're going to connect this thing up now. So I'm in the XK8 today, where we've got Purdy, and that's where we are. And I'm just going to put you at rather an unusual angle. And there's the connector, with where Topdon party trick comes in. Use the cable as a torch, and you can see the connector easily. And pop this in. Instantly, this is sprung into life, and it's that quick to be ready to go. So effectively 0 boot up times. This thing is preloaded. It's not trying to download anything from the internet or anything clever like that. It's just ready to go. The screen is nice and clear. It's colourful, uses icons. It's not a touch screen, which is only a minor negative in that these days all of us are going to stab at this, even though it's been told to us many times it's not a touchscreen, it's just habit. However, again, messy hands, it's probably quite good that this is not a touchscreen because you'd maul it up and ruin it in no time at all in a garage. But we can see we can control the icons using this sort of cursor arrangement down here. The first area on the screen says scan, ABS, airbags, etc. I'm going to press the OK button, checking files, and it takes you straight to what are we in. So let's go down and see what we can do. This is going to be a bit of a journey of discovery because I've genuinely not connected up to the XK8 before, and my car is a 1996, which is a rare beast. 1996 is when OBD2 became a requirement, and the first year or so of cars are quite well known for not having full OBD2 compatibility, so who can tell what's going to happen here. Jaguar, checking files, and let's see, we've got XJs, XFs, XKs. Now it could be me, because that's a typical term used for the all XK8s. F-type, F-type and F-pace. So yeah, we'll go back up to XK. Yeah, we can scroll down. You can see it's got 2010-15, the introduction of the aluminium car, and it goes down to 97, which is okay because this is known as the 97 model year. Automatic or manual. I was genuinely thinking they don't do a manual one. Automatic diagnose mode or manual select. I'm going to do what manual does. Oh, I see. That just allows us to choose which of those it interrogates, whereas auto scrolled through them. So if I go back again and go ABS control module, fault in communication with vehicle's ECU. This vehicle is armed. Please confirm that this vehicle is armed with the system. The system is an electrical control system. The diagnostic scanner is okay. Well, look, see that? Tried to mash a screen. It's the habit. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to put the ignition on, but not start the car, just in case we get a different result. It's important that you only ever plug OBD2 scanners in with the ignition off, and you only pull the cable out with the ignition off. And now we're looking at something different. So the diagnose fault process. So I've got 3 lots of options. See if there's a fault code. Oh, pump motor circuit failure. Now I have had ABS motor codes and warnings come up on my dashboard previously, and they've gone away because of various things I've done. This may be a residual issue, if you like. So that's interesting. Pump motor circuit failure. Okay. Exit is the back button, exit button. I could clear that fault memory. Do you want to clear DTCs? Yes. To clear DTCs or no? We're going to go yes. Okay. Why is that a useful thing? If you clear a code like I just have, and then you recheck and it's gone, and you drive the car and it's gone, then you can start to establish if it's an intermittent fault. Or you can clear a code after you've made an adjustment or a repair and immediately see whether the code will come back again. So that's why it's useful to be able to delete these codes. It's not like you're hiding the problem. You need to see if it's going to come back. Read data stream. Now the engine's not running. So this is showing me various features connected with the ABS. Brake switch. Front left wheel speed sensor. All data stream of page. Front right wheel speed sensor. Rear left. Rear right. Now we're not moving, so this is going to be interesting, but I just put rear right, okay. Ooh. And then exit. And again, we're not moving, so this is going to give crazy results. But rear right wheel speed sensor is showing 146 kilometers an hour. So this is a case of we'd be able to read the speed that that's reading. while we're moving, and we'd be able to see maybe the 4 different wheel speed sensors and are they reading the same speed. So that would be a really good way of helping us diagnose problems. Maybe there's nothing wrong with the ABS motor. What's wrong is one of the wheel speed sensors is reading the wrong speed. Let's go to OBDII. And we're looking, we've still got the ignition on at this stage. It's looking to see if it can get into the system using various different codes and communication systems. Okay, so it can't find a way into the OBD2 code system for my car. That's not completely unexpected. We'll check that out on a newer car like the Arbath. The DTC lookup button allows you to type in error codes. So if I just give it something that I've seen on my car before. There we go. Engine coolant temperature sensor 1 circuit issue. So that's telling me that the wire has probably come off the engine coolant temperature sensor, or the temperature sensor has failed. So this is a quick lookup guide, and because it's asking you what make of car you're looking at, it's specific where specific codes are possible. We've got print, which enables you to print off a report. Help. So DLC location information. Where is the device mounted? Diagnostic link connector. And they're giving you some general ideas of where that might be. Exit. Abbreviations. What do the abbreviations that are used in the error codes and everything else, what do they mean? So let's take MAF. Mass airflow rate. So that's good. About OBD. Or is it modes, vehicle coverage? I'm just going to say 96, I would say. There we go. And upgrade information, visit topdondiagnostics.com. And over here we've got setup, and that just sets things like the units, whether you want it to beep every time you press the button, if you want it to record the data, how you print, language, etc. So we got a slightly fairer test. We'll go into the Arbath, which is a 2017 car. Let's go OBD2. Read codes. Vehicle has no fault codes. Hooray! But kind of boo, because it'd be nice to show you one. You can erase the codes if you do get them. IM readiness is basically looking at codes related to emissions, etc., etc. Data stream, it can show us all sorts of things. So view all items. So these are the things it can tell us about. Fuel system status 2. Calculated load, engine coolant temperature 27 degrees, which is ambient temperature outside, which is good. Short-term fuel trim 0, long-term fuel trim -0.8. Intake manifold pressure, engine RPMs are 0. But let's just start the engine, and instantly you can see 0 lag straight up there, showing 1300 RPM, and that'll come off cold start quite quickly. Now you can see the RPMs dropping. 900s, 800s, it's about 800 RPM car, I think. Speed, ignition advance, 25 degrees advanced. Back off the throttle, comes down to -4, -3. Air intake temperature, interesting, particularly if you're looking at building a cold air intake system to try and improve performance. You can actually see what the actual intake air temperature is before and after mods. Throttle position, 14.5%. Moving it a little, 20%. So you can see how much throttle you're getting. Oxygen sensors, you can see how they're moving around, values. Fuel trims, time since engine start, distance travelled, command evaporative purge. Well, we'll have to finish this video there. My summary is it's a really well constructed item. It has a lot of really good features. The interface is very good. And the amount of information it can give you to help you solve problems on your car is pretty impressive. On top of that, lifetime updates. So what's not to like? I'm quite impressed. Hopefully, if you look in the description below this video, you will find a link to a discount code. So if you fancy getting one for yourself, then maybe as a subscriber to the garage, you're going to get it a little bit cheaper. So thanks to our friends at Topdon for sending me that particular example for the discount code, and I will do some more videos as faults start to crop up where I can use it in anger, so to speak, and share my ongoing experiences with you, good, bad or indifferent. You know, you're always going to get the truth. So thanks for watching this, and we'll see you again real soon on To The Garage. If you're enjoying our channel, then don't forget to subscribe and click the little bell icon so you get notifications of new videos. And please give us a thumbs up or thumbs down, and you can share the videos. And below the video is always the area where you can comment and get involved with the chat.